shadow of the mesa where the wild oak trees grow, I remember her laughter like a creek's gentle flow. Beneath the sky of amber by the porch of weathered wood, her eyes shone like the starlight where together we once stood. Her laugh stays in the whisper of the wind through the chimes, in the creak of old saddles, and in the church bells' distant rhymes. Though my boots tread on gravel roads and my heart roams wild and free, her laugh like a ghost dances round, forever haunting me. Time has worn the leather, turned the cabin's walls to gray, and the scarf she left behind fades more with each passing day. Rain has washed the trails where we walked side by side, but no storm can erase the paths etched deep inside. Her laugh stays in the whisper of the wind through the chimes, in the creak of old saddles, and in the church bells' distant rhymes. Though my boots tread on gravel roads and my heart roams wild and free, her laugh like a ghost dances round, forever haunting me. By the embers of the campfire as the prairie night grows cold, I see her silhouette in the flames, dancing as of old. The stars above are silent, but they know the song I sing, of a love that's like the desert flower blooming each harsh spring. Her laugh stays in the silence of the dawn's breaking light, in the sway of the prairie grass under the moon's soft sight. Though I wander lost and lonely through the echoes of my strife, her laughter is the melody, the lingering song of life. Wherever I might ride or lay my head beneath the stars above, in the quiet of the night I hear her laugh, I feel her love. Past a canyon road, boots worn thin, heart full of load. That old wind still whispers her name. Since she left, nothing feels the same. My hat's tilted, sun hanging low. The whiskey burns, but it's all I know. Got a picture of her in my coat, and a goodbye she never wrote. Just dust and whiskey, and a memory that won't die. A love like fire burned under open sky. Now I'm chasing shadows in the heat and the haze, trying to outrun her ghost for days. Dust and whiskey, that's all she left behind. We used to dance in the old saloon. Her laugh outshined every tune. Now it's just smoke and a lonesome song played by a man who got it all wrong. talk to stars she used to name. Pour another glass to ease the blame, but every sip just takes me back to her sundress and that wonder track. Just dust and whiskey and a memory that won't die. A love like fire burned under open sky. Now I'm chasing shadows in the heat and the haze, trying to outrun her ghost for days. Dust and whiskey, that's all she left behind. If I could turn this horse around, I'd ride back to that sleepy town. But some things ain't made to last, like a train smoke in a lover's past. Dust and whiskey and her name in the wind, a story I keep living again and again. And if you find her out there someday, tell her I still ride but lost my way, with just dust and whiskey and a heart that won't unwind. In the shadow of the oak tree by the river bend, I carved our names inside a heart so bold. The sun kissed the earth on that dusty gravel end, where your laughter mingled with tales I told. Long ride carved on my old worn saddle, memories like scars upon my soul. Every creek and trail, your absent shadow, in this lonesome heart an endless toll. The porch still creaks where we dance 'neath starlit skies, not just echoes in a cabin cold and bare. The scarf you left now faded under western cries, with the wind that whispers through the silent air. Long ride carved on my old worn saddle, memories like scars upon my soul. Every creek and trail, your absent shadow, in this lonesome heart an endless toll. Rain falls like tears on the old window pane, each drop a moment, a whisper of your name. The trails grow over, but my heart won't change. In the dust of the plains, love remains, love remains. Long ride carved where the wild carved deep in the land, carved deep in me too. Sometimes a man's just a whisper in the wind, feeling everything, letting go, yet holding within. Out where the morning sky bleeds, a memory hangs on the breeze. Under the oaks, timeless shade, where once upon a summer's day, your laughter mingled with the wind, and the horizon promised no end. Now each sunset bleeds a deeper red on gravel roads where my heart treads. The wind whispers your name in vain through the rustling leaves, the echo of my pain in the shadow of our old porch swing. The dusk recalls your silver earrings gleam. The trail's grown over, the cabin's bare, dust collects on the life we share. The saddle's worn where you'd ride beside, now just prairie grass and the endless sky. Rain taps soft on the window pane, like teardrops tracing silent blame. Now each sunset bleeds a deeper red on gravel roads where my heart treads. The wind whispers your name in vain through the rustling leaves, the echo of my pain in the shadow of our old porch swing. The dusk recalls your silver earrings gleam. Oh, how the wildlands stretch so wide, yet in their vastness nowhere to hide from the ghost of your tender ways that haunts my drifting lonesome days. So let the sunset bleed away, while in the dust my memories lay. Though the sky fades from gold to blue, my heart can't shed the hue of you. Underneath the morning sky, where love once lived, it never dies. I found your boots still by the door, the ones you wore in '94. Your coat still hangs where you'd let it rest, that scent of pine still on your vest. But what I touched with shaking hand was that old scarf I knit by lamp, the red one with the frayed up ends you wore through blizzards, storms, and bends. The scarf still smells like you, like hay and smoke and morning dew. I held it close, I breathed it in, and let my tears fall from my chin. You may be gone, but that thread's true, still wrapped in love. The scarf still smells like you.
You said it scratched, you said it itched, but wore it still through every ditch. I saw it once near Canyon Cold, wrapped round your neck, fighting the bold.
Now it's folded on our chair, the one you fixed when legs gave scare. And every time I pass that seat, I swear I hear your boots repeat. The scarf still smells like you, like coffee mugs and campfires hue. I press it soft against my chest to hush this ache that will not rest. No need for gold, no grand ado. You left me warm, the scarf still smells like you. They asked if I'd let your things go, but I said no, 'cause some threads hold more than wool can show.
The scarf still smells like you, like laughter caught in sunsets blue. I'll keep it close till my time's due,
Then bring it with me straight to you. No grave too far, no stars too few. I'll find you where the skies turn new, and bring the scarf that still smells like you. Banks where the willow trees sway, there's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes, on the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies. We carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on its stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just winds and winds, campfire washed away, leaving only vines. The cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence succumb. Gravel road stretch and touched by your tread, the saddle's untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep binds, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. So deep, find the scarf you once wore. Is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness breeze holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin.
You stepped off the train with dirt on your shoes. Sunlight kissed your hair like a sacred truth. The fields turned green just watching you smile. Even time slowed down for a while. You sang to the sheep, you danced in the rye, hung sheets in the wind like flags in the sky. The old oak bloomed, the bluebirds came. This wild land never felt the same. You were the spring of this land, my dear, turning silence into songs I could hear. Your laughter lit the river's bend. Your touch could teach the frost to end. You made the weeds sway just to see you pass. Put life in stone, turn mud to glass. This heart, this home, this rugged sand, all bloom, 'cause you were the spring of this land. You painted the porch with sunflower hue, said a little color always pulls us through. You read by lantern, sang in the rain, said pain was part of nature's game. But come one dusk, your eyes turned far. You whispered, I need to chase a star. I begged the sky to hold you tight, but spring don't stay past April's light. You were the spring of this land, my love, a prayer sent down from skies above. The cattle stood still when you passed by, even coyotes washed with softer eyes. Now every bloom feels out of place, like they've all lost your warm embrace. The wind still tries to understand why it weeps where once blew the spring of this land. The soil remembers where you knelt. The barn still holds the warmth you felt. And though the seasons come and go, the heart knows what the land won't show. You were the spring of this land, it's true, and nothing's bloomed the same since you. I water flowers, they don't respond. I sing alone by the lily pond. The bees still buzz, the clouds still roam, but this ain't love, just overgrown. You left your name in dirt and sand. Forever the spring of this land.
Out where the oak tree shadows lay, by the bend where we used to swim, the old shotgun house, now just a shade. Whispers of the love that's grown dim. Her scarves dance like wildflowers in breeze. On the porch where secrets softly spoke, now just creaks in an empty seas. Where laughter used to kindle and stoke
Oh, how the sunsets bleed in the night. Shotgun forgot, but I recall every whisper, each twilight fight. Her silhouette in the doorway tall. Rain taps the roof in a rhythm lost. Memories in every dust swirled gust. Heartache's the price, oh what a cost. Left with a say, a wanderer's trust. The gravel road wears a weary path. Cabin window stare blank and white. Echoes of her wild loving laugh. Now just shadows where silence bites. Once we roam through the wildlands free. Two souls untamed like the river's flow. Now I wander, alone just me. Drifting where the cold winds blow. Oh, how the sunsets bleed in the night. Shotgun forgot, but I remember all. Each tender kiss, every fiery fight. Her footsteps echoing in the hall. Rain sings lullabies of days now past. Under skies vast, feeling her touch. Love's just a shadow that couldn't last. Left with this yearning, it's all too much. Under the weeping willow I see dreams are like leaves falling away. What I'd give for one more plea, a chance to right what went astray. Oh, how the sunsets bleed in the night. Shotgun forgot, but my heart knows every ending tucked out of sight. In the land where the lonely wind blows, rain washes tracks, but not the pain. Paths we once walked turn to rust. In every sunset's crimson stain, I find a piece of forgotten trust. Shotgun forgot, but a cowboy remembers. In every whisper carried by the embers.
Underneath the twisted oaks, by the bend where the creek fades, I found your scarf, a whisper light caught on a bramble's jagged blade. The sun was a low, mournful red, painting sorrows in shades so deep. In that silent glade where once we laid, now just shadows that weep. As the creek fades to do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dust to dawn with your memory, my silent guide. Like a ghost on the wind, where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. The cabin's empty, the porch swings long, the gravel road long untried. Your laughter's gone with the fading dawn, the fields now quietly sigh. Where once rang our steps through corridors of green, now only the call of a distant owl in the night serene. As the creek fades to do those days, caught in the currents of old. The laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dust to dawn with your memory, my silent guide. Like a ghost on the wind, where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. saddle sits dusty, the reins hang loose. The echoes of our past, tight as the news. But in my dreams I ride the trails where you ride beside. Through storm, through wind, where the creek fades, on that endless ride. As the creek fades like the last light of day, my heart knows no reprieve. Your song sung once in a world gone hush, 'neath the stars that gently grieve. So I'll wander on, a shadow at dawn, 'neath skies vast and wide. Forever by the bend, where the creek ends, where our love will always reside. In the silence, the creek whispers tales as the oak leaves gently wave. A cowboy sings into the wind, his heart the land will sing.
On the ridge where the oak tree shadows lay, I left my heart in the fabric, fray and gray. That scarf you gave on a cold frontier day still ties me to whispers where wild horses play. Every gust along that gravel road tangles in threads where our love once flowed. Oh, the scarf stays in the winds of the wasted plains, holding tight to a ghost town's window panes. Under skies too wide to hold our dreams, it's just me and the echoes of your scenes. Time's hands pulled us like the river bends, from those golden trails to separate ends. The porch got old and the cabin door creaks, but your smile in the dust is what my heart seeks. Now I roam with the twilight's crimson bleed, a lone rider with only memories to feed. Yes, the scarf stays in the winds of the wasted plains, holding tight to a ghost town's window panes. Under skies too wide to hold our dreams, it's just me and the echoes of your scene. By the flicker of the campfire's dying light, I see your face in the stars each lonesome night. Maybe all that's left is for me to roam, finding solace in the saddle, forever home. And the scarf stays as the world turns beneath the stars, wrapped around the pain of old forgotten scars. In the silence of the hills where the cold winds moan, I've let you go, but this scarf won't leave me alone. Oh, I've let you go, but this scarf won't leave me alone.
Out where the oak trees shadow old forgotten trails, I first saw her by the creek with her bucket pails. Silver laughter in the wind, scarf dancing free. Underneath that willow tree, she smiled at me. Her eyes like the flicker of a campfire's light, guiding my lonesome heart through the blackest night. Her smile carved in the bark of my old weathered soul, like initials set in wood where the wild winds blow. Every sunset paints her face on the canvas sky, but it's her absence fills the plains where my memories lie. Years rolled like tumbleweeds past the porch where we stood. That old house now creaks with secrets of the wood. Satellites dusty, my boots worn thin with Rome. The trails grown over where we once dreamed of home. Her scarf caught on a bramble, faded now and torn, whispers to the prairie grass of love forlorn. Her smile carved in the bark of my old weathered soul, like initials set in wood where the wild winds blow. Every raindrop writes her name in the thirsty ground, but it's her silence fills the air, a haunting sound. By the lantern's pale glow on this empty cabin floor, I trace the lines of time and unlock yesteryear's door. A single teardrop mingles with the ink on this page as I write of love once vibrant, now turned sage. Her smile carved in the bark of my old weathered soul, carved so deep no seasons can its mark console. And as the stars witness my heart's quiet plea, in every dusty sunset, her smile's all I see. Her smile, oh, her smile, carved eternally. Underneath the oak tree's weathered limb, where the porch swing used to rock in the wind, your scarf tied to the gnarled bark, keeping watch like a lighthouse in the dark. I remember how the dust would dance to the slow sweet tune of our summer romance, and that old cabin with its creaking doors where our shadows stretch across wooden floors. Oh, the porch burns in the setting sun, all the golden hues we once walked upon. Now the wind whispers through empty rails, carrying tales of our love grown pale. Years have turned gravel to overgrown grass, and trails we walk now, memories past. That swing hangs silent, no laughter rings, just the ghost of your giggle and the sadness it brings. The rains came and washed away the footprints we left on those sun-baked clay, and I ride these plains just a shadow alone, searching for a heart that once felt like home. Oh, the porch burns in the fading light, echoes of footsteps disappearing into the night. Now the wind bones through broken seams, stirring the dust of our shattered dreams. By the hearth where a fire once roared so bright, now only cold ashes remain in the night. Yet in every spark that once flew so high is a star I see when I look to the sky. So the porch burns and I whisper your name, the flames of what was, not the embers to blame. Still the wind carries my lonely sighs underneath these endless starlit skies. The porch burns and so does my heart on this lonesome land where we're worlds apart. Yet in every sunset that bleeds and dies is the color of your eyes. Out by the old Copeland farm, the oak trees still whisper your name, where we carved our hearts so wild and free. Now nothing out there looks the same. Found that old saddle by the creek, the rain had washed it halfway away, like the tears that stole your sweet smile from me on that storm-torn, fateful day. And oh, my heart rides lonesome valleys since you and the sun both set to go. This trail's just dust and scattered shadows, with a saddle washed away, like the love I used to know. I walked past the shuttered cabin doors where your laughter filled the golden air. Now only silence greets me there, as if the world knows what I bear. Came upon that scarf you loved, caught on a bramble, frayed and torn, just like the promises we made on the porch where forever was sworn. Yes, my heart rides lonesome valleys since you and the sun both set to go. This trail's just dust and scattered shadows, with a saddle washed away, like the love I used to know. Toss your scarf to the wind's soft side. Guess it's time to let old memories fly, just like that eagle we watched in July. And oh, my heart rides lonesome valleys since you and the sun both set to go. I'll follow these trails of dust and shadows, with my saddle washed away, like the love I'll never outgrow. Forever a wanderer, a shadow in the fray, with my saddle washed away, like the love I'll always know. Shadow of the oak, where our names were once carved deep, the wind sings through the branches, where them old secrets keep. There's a pair of worn out boots lying by the door, They danced under the moonlight. Don't tap the porch no more. Oh, these boots, they haunt the gravel roads I roam. Echoes of your laughter in the twilight's gentle glow. Every sunset drips like honey, but it tastes of bitter rain. These boots keep walking, but they're just chasing the pain. The cabin stands all lonesome where the wildfires used to burn. Now it's just the cold heart waiting for your return. That dusty saddle by the window hasn't seen a ride since spring. Like my heart, it's just a relic of what time can to love bring. Oh, these boots, they haunt the gravel roads I roam. Echoes of your laughter in the twilight's gentle glow. Every sunset drips like honey, but it tastes of bitter rain. These boots keep walking, but they're just chasing the pain. Now the scarf you left behind is just a shade of faded blue. Like the dreams I had of us, now they're just a view. The trails all seem to wander as aimless as my soul, looking for redemption in a world that's left me whole. So these boots, they haunt the gravel roads I roam. A symphony of silence as I walk this path alone. Each sunset still like honey, but now I savor the rain. These boots keep walking, knowing love's not in vain. These boots, they haunt, but now I understand. In every dusty footprint I feel the touch of your hand. Even if you're gone, your memory walks on through. In every sun-baked trail, every drop of morning dew. Shadow of the oak, where wild rivers lead, lies a whispering hollow, where the canyon sleeps. Underneath that ancient sky, once her love did bloom. On a porch of creek and wood, bound by summer's loom. Oh, the canyon sleeps, but my heart's awake, haunted by the echoes of the promises we'd make. The wind, it carries your laughter through the sweeps. I'm a ghost in this solitude, where the canyon sleeps. Days turn to dust like pages in the sun. Your scarf still hangs on the cedar, but you're long gone. The trail's overgrown where we used to ride, now just gravel roads and empty cabin side. Oh, the canyon sleeps when my soul just weeps, lost in the shadows of the love that couldn't keep. Rain washed washes the old porch, but its secrets it still keeps. I'm alone with the whisper winds where the canyon sleeps. By that lonely riverside, I'll let your memory dance. The setting sun knows my regret won't give a second chance. In the saddle I find solace beneath these starry sweeps, riding trails of yesterday where the canyon weeps. Yes, the canyon sleeps, and in dreams I see your face. A love so wild and free no time can erase. But I'll keep riding through this life that onwards creeps, forever bound to whisper back where the canyon sleeps. In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the earth holds secrets deep, there's a cabin with its door swung wide, ghost of your scarf left behind. We will watch the sun kiss the mountains in. On that porch, our hearts we'd mend. But now the wind whispers through an empty room, where once danced our laughter, now just gloom. Old trails fade neath autumn's red, every sunset an echo of what the empty bed forgot. Gravel roads where our dreams took flight underneath that vast starlight. Your sweet voice in the evening chill, now just a silence time won't fill. These wandering boots scuffle on some tracks through quiet towns that can't bring you back. And the wind whispers through an empty room, where once danced our laughter, now just gloom. Old trails fade neath autumn's red, every sunset an echo of what the empty bed forgot. Now every raindrop writes your name across my dusty window pane, and every storm in each twilight I search for you in the fading light. Still the wind whispers through an empty room, where our love's dust settles in the gloom. And as trails vanish in sunset's red, I hold on to memories that even an empty bed forgot. As the sun dips low and shadows stretch, this cowboy sings heart open, forever etched. Out by the ridge where the old oak sighs, I first saw her wild, restless eyes. Under vast skies, our dreams unrolled on a dusty path where our fates took hold. Her laughter laced through the prairie wind in that sun-kissed town where my heart had pinned. Now the grave waits silent, so serene, where once danced the girl of my prairie dream. Each sunset bleeds like the tears I've shed for the whispered words and the life we'd wed. Oh, this lonely trail keeps winding, keeps waiting for a cowboy's heart that's forever fading. Seasons turn, the oak tree grew, those whispered winds carried her too. From that quiet porch, watch days depart. Her scarf still holds the warmth of her heart. But the cabin's empty, the dust has lain on the saddle she rode through the summer rain. The grave waits silent with her whispers gone, in the heart of the lands where the wild songs throng. Each sunset bleeds into night's embrace, echoing the softness of her grace. Oh, this lonely road keeps winding, keeps waiting on a trail of memories forever fading. By the lantern's light I see her face in shadows that time will never erase. A dance, a smile, and the pain it brings is the cost of the love that forever clings. Yes, the grave waits quiet under whispering trees, in a bed of earth with a soft, gentle breeze. But my heart still searches through dust and rain for the love we lost and will never regain. Oh, this town, these trails, they keep winding, they're waiting for a cowboy whose soul is eternally debating. As the horse kicks dust towards a fading day, through the silence my heart has nothing to say, but feels everything. In the dawn's gray whisper by the oak tree stand, I recall her laughter scattered like sand. Cold morning on the porch, steam rose like prayers, her scarf in the breeze dancing away my cares. Oh, that cold morning when she walked away, left her shadow in my door and my skies turned gray. Every creaking board and whispering wind, echoes of the love that danced on the skin. Years fell like leaves to the ground they'd lay. Old trails turned to dust, gravel roads led astray. Where once we lay 'neath stars, now lies empty space. An old worn saddle and no trace of her grace. That cold morning when she walked away, took the warmth of the sun, left my world in disarray. Now every sunset bleeds into a lonesome shade. Faint memories linger like the promises we made. On a quiet night, the wind whispers In the solitude I confront my youth. Love's a fleeting shadow on a high plains drift, ghost in the cabin where my heart once sit. So that cold morning keeps walking away. Each step she took, time steals a bit more each day. And I'm left holding on to a breeze of faint perfume under the endless sky where our love once bloomed. Now she's just a memory that walked away, leaving echoes in the wind and my heart led astray. Out by the old Weaver's Creek, where the oak shadow lays deep and wide, found an old hat faded and worn under that blue stretch of the endless sky. Reminds me of days, dust and your smile. You tipped that brim with a wink in your eyes. But the hat stays like the echo of your laughter in the hollows of this heart that can't move past you. The wind whispers your name through the canyon sighs, under the twilight where our old love lies. The saddle's empty on the porch, it's seen better days. The scarf you love now just sways in the breeze. Town's a ghost of itself, just like me, walking these gravel roads where you walked with me. Cabin's empty, our dreams just dust, fading trails where we once loved. Yes, the hat stays like the echo of your laughter in the hollows of this heart that can't move past you. The wind whispers your name through the canyon side, under the twilight where our old love lies. There's a peace in the solitude of pain, in the quiet afflictions, in the creek you're facing the ride of memories flooding, the rains come down, washing my soul where hope once was found. So the hat stays, not ready to let it go. Part of you still lingers in the sunset's glow. Hear your whisper with the cold night's breeze while I sing our song to the whispering trees. Yeah, the hat stays, and I stay too, in the shadow of the past, holding on to you.
In the hush of dawn by the old oak tree where the land whispers secrets it keeps in, I recall her scarf red against the spring and the promises that no longer sing. Her laughter echoed a ghostly spell in the cabin where the shadows dwell. But his shadow said nothing as it danced alone underneath the porch where our love had grown. The sunset bleeds through the cracks of time and the wind carries off our old wind chime. Each gust a whisper of what used to be. His shadow said nothing to me. Years wore the saddle and the trails turned gray. Gravel roads where we once would stray, from the bustling town to the quiet streams, now empty places in my dreams. The rain taps soft on the roof that leaks, in each drop a memory speaks. But his shadow said nothing as it danced alone underneath the porch where our love had grown. The sunset bleeds through the cracks of time and the wind carries off our old wind chime. Each gust a whisper of what used to be. His shadow said nothing to me. Oh, how the mountains recall our names, echoing through the wild untamed. I'm a wanderer in a land so vast, chasing a future tied to the past. And his shadow said nothing as the night set in, silent as my sorrows, thick as the din. Stars flicker out where her eyes might have shone. His shadow says nothing and I ride on, leaving behind what I can never reclaim. His shadow said nothing and I whispered her name. Oh,